Hey, you guys, this is your coach, Dr. Andrea Dickerson here, founder of IOwnADaycare.com, where we connect childcare business owners with proven management solutions. For today's proven management solution, I want to talk to childcare business owners about the importance of having an all-in-one system. If you've been finding it hard to delegate tasks, walk away, and the task gets done, or you've been having systems and nothing seems to be working with your systems, I got some solutions. Give this video a thumbs up for me. Go ahead, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned, and I'll be right back. You want to know why you're having broken processes and systems in your business and why your systems aren't quite working for you? Well, it's simple. Let's start from the beginning. You know, when you started working in childcare, you knew nothing about it, but somebody had to come and teach you more. Well, the same thing happened with systems. For example, if you have not broken your processes down like my clients by using a step-by-step framework, then I'm sure you're missing the correct processes and systems, because if nobody has taught you step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, I'm sure you can't teach your staff what's the next step. As well as if no one has taught you the right tools that you need to support the ongoing management of your company, I'm sure you don't have the right infrastructure set up. Come to theschoolofchildcare.com, grab your tickets, and let me teach you more today. Hey, you guys, thank you so much for staying along with me. I'm super excited about today's training because as a seasoned business owner, I too know what it's like to create systems. And then for the life of me, can't figure out why my team not following my systems. And so I had to go through that journey because I believe what I'm about to teach you today is going to be a game changer. It's going to help you in your process of implementing your system. So if you've been in childcare for a while, you've already created your systems, but your team members aren't following the systems to a T, or you're still having some challenges with your systems, there's a few things that's missing, so let me clue you in. Number 1, when you find yourself in that situation, it is because you haven't clearly written every system that runs your business. That's right, girl. I know that it takes over 275 written processes and systems to manage my childcare business. Now, if you can't tell me how many systems it takes to manage yours, then you are the missing link. You, as the CEO, need to figure out how many systems does it take to manage every area of my company. Every area, from your kitchen to the restroom to the office, all of those systems, write them down. What does it really take to manage your business, to run your business, to operate your business? You need that list. So this is what we call in the School of Systems an all-in-one systems list. All right, and then the next thought that I want to share with you today is, do you have a interconnected all-in-one system? All right, let me say that again. Do you have an interconnected all-in-one system? Let me tell you what that means. So my clients, when they work with me, and they choose me as their coach, I have learned to create a path, to create what we call a workflow. And so many of you all haven't started doing that in your company, but you should, because this is how you're going to train your admin team. This is how you're going to train your center directors. You have to have a workflow. So with this workflow here, I have a path that I know creates an interconnected process for my organization so that I can literally manage my company as a happy CEO. Wouldn't you like that? Wouldn't you like to be happy? So in order to do that, don't just create systems, but make sure that your systems that you are creating will be interconnected, meaning step 1 and step 2 is what works together to make step 3 possible. So I took my clients through a step-by-step process. And I suggest that you do the same. Follow a step-by-step process that interconnects your systems so that you can't have one without the other. Where did that idea come from? Well, I never learned that in a book. I learned that through the things that I suffered. I learned that through having systems that weren't getting done. I learned that through having a center director who wasn't quite completing all of the tasks. I learned that through me being who I am, traveling, writing books, coaching, mentoring, and running multiple childcare sites plus a nanny agency. Because I had so many things going on, I needed to make sure that my classrooms were ran right, my leadership team to my classroom, so I call those like my level 1 leaders, meaning my lead teachers, my level 2 leaders, meaning my curriculum specialists, my supervisors on the floor, and then I needed to make sure that my level 3 leaders, like my admin team, my program directors, my site directors, were all following a system. And then I needed to make sure that I was developing leaders along my journey. And now that I've gone through that process, I'm asking you to think the same. The reason why I'm asking you to think about making sure that you interconnect your processes is because I'll walk you through my mindset. In order for me to hire the best people, I had to make sure that my classrooms would support a new hire. Then I had to make sure that every teacher knew how to start their day because I needed them to become classroom managers. So I created a classroom manager. And then I needed for every person that worked in my program to be trained to use the classroom manager. And then I needed to make sure that every person that was trained to use the classroom manager or to be a classroom manager knew how to close out their rooms. And then once my rooms were checked and closed out, I needed for that information to be included in the daily closeout. And then once we closed out the center, I needed to make sure that the daily closeout included what it would take for the center to open up the next day. So we needed to make sure that we included morning arrival systems. And then I needed to make sure that all of these processes were empowering my team to go through my Ascension program, which was my level 5 teacher training. So all of these processes and systems that I would encourage them to learn, take time to train them on. It wasn't just for them to stay in that one room. It was for them to opt in to become a level 5 teacher. So then I tied in all of those 6 steps into my accountability and professional growth layout. Then once I tied it in, the next step was for them to become a part of my leadership team. To become a part of my leadership team, they had to meet the professional growth and accountability standards at step 7 to move on to step 8. When they moved into step 8, they became like my level 3 and 4 leaders. Those leaders were individuals who were managing my company. And then I was able to support them, and they were able to be trained on my leadership standards, which really didn't differ from levels 1 through 6. It just added on a measure of accountability, and it added on a measure of expectations that they had to lead the team in order to meet these expectations. So that's what I did. I don't know if it's going to help you, but it definitely gave me the framework to follow to help me, to have me become cognizant of the fact that I was hiring people to manage my company from a CEO-led perspective, hiring people to manage my company from a path and a journey, hiring people to manage my company to meet expectations. And so any program that has over 200 plus systems that operates the program, you need to make sure that you're training leaders to operate it for you. Well, all right, guys, I want to encourage you to meet me this January at my all-new School is Now in Session. Let's kick the year off with empowering you to manage your company like a CEO and empower your management team to oversee your operations. If this sounds like you and it sounds like something you want to find out more about, be sure to head over to www.theschoolofchildcare.com. Let me lead you. Let me guide you into creating this framework for your company as well. All right, go get your tickets. There's limited spots, won't last long. Theschoolofchildcare.com. All right, and as always, remember, if you manage the childcare business that you love, you will love the childcare business that you manage. Bye, you guys.